Today on 5-Minute News.
Today is January 17th, 1994. Our top story, disaster in California as a massive earthquake struck Northridge community and surrounding area earlier this morning. The earthquake left destruction and damage on a massive scale. We now take you live to the 5-Minute News studio.
Hi, I'm Austin Lloyd, live here with Northridge, California resident Seth Banning, who's here to talk about the earthquake that happened a few hours ago.
Yeah, man, I was up late studying for this real hard geo test, and all of a sudden I felt some real intense shaking, man. So I remember they say you're supposed to dive under a bed or table when that happens. So I did it, man, and I was saved.
I'm glad you're okay, Seth. So how long do you think the earthquake happened?
It was probably about 10 seconds, but it felt like it went on forever.
Alright. Well, what were the immediate effects of the earthquake that you noticed?
I didn't really notice it too much. There was lots of car sirens going off. I remember that though. Yeah, I tried turning on the lights and stuff to get my bearings, but electricity must have gone out. Real bummer, man.
Well, it doesn't sound like the damage was too bad for you, but apparently around the city it got pretty bad.
Yeah, I heard some overpasses collapsed and stuff, you know? Sucks to suck.
Well, again, I'm glad you're okay, Seth. After a short commercial break, we'll be back with Dr. Casey Formal to talk more about the earthquake.
Right on, man.
We have an update on the damage done by the Northridge earthquake. 57 people died, 7,000 injured, and 20,000 are now homeless. There is an estimated $13 to $20 billion in damage. Now, back to the 5-Minute News studio.
Hello, we're here today with seismologist Casey Formal, who's here to talk about the Northridge earthquake. Casey, tell us about this earthquake. Was it as powerful as it seemed?
Well, Nick, it was a 6.7 on the Richter scale, which is fairly powerful. I believe that most of the damage was just because this area of California isn't used to seeing earthquakes of this scale.
Since this area isn't really used to powerful earthquakes, I have to ask, what caused this one and what is the tectonic feature of Northridge?
This earthquake was caused by a fault that we actually hadn't discovered until after it happened. It's a blind thrust fault, which is when old rocks deep in the ground push up through newer rock layers. For the future, we think that there's a 31% chance of an earthquake this size occurring in the next 30 years.
Oh wow, really? Well, I just have one last thing to ask is, how do the people prepare for situations like this and earthquakes of this magnitude?
The best way to prepare is to just have a plan. Have a go bag with supplies in it, and we also have the responsibility of speaking to our city officials about building more structurally sound buildings.
All right, thank you for your time, Casey. That's all we have today on 5-Minute News, but catch us next week about forest fires in Oregon.